welcome back to the Exillian Expanse. Last we left off, you guys had Bellini had caught up with you guys, having recovered the mirrored lens in the crate from the ship that had been sunk. He found his way all the way to Ysilpa Point, the small logging town, and located you guys midway through your sort of sneaky eavesdropping of a conversation between what seems to be representatives of Sabsathul. There were some magisters, which apparently are the sort of mages of this kingdom, and the guards, and Geo deciding to oh, there's a helicopter above my head. Someone's probably fallen off a cliff or something.
That is a Geo thing to do.
So loud. Oh god, I've lost my flow. Geo, having decided to intervene, eventually ended up in a very brutal combat between you and the magisters. Geo died about halfway through, but was lucky revived by Bellini. You noticed that a lot of their magic was a combination of alchemy, technology, and the arcane, so they're less so much wizards than they are sort of more artificer leaning. You saw what seemed to be the person leading them, which was a very petite but curvy blonde, and she seemed to delight in throwing Geo through a window. And we left off with you guys persuading the lieutenant to help you out and arrange for this cover story about the guards and the magisters, whilst you distract them in the tavern. And we pick up the next day, you guys having a long rest because you need it. Don't know if anyone watched on Fridays. They still haven't had a long rest, and it's been like 3 sessions, and one person is dead. So you guys have had your long rest, and we begin in the early hours of the morning before anyone else has stirred. You can still see as you come down from your rooms that some of the guards are asleep on the tables. They will not be waking up. Where are we going? What is the plan as you guys come downstairs and begin loading up the wagon to set sail, or set horse?
Well, we were directed to go at least on the road towards Worm Shadow. And our destination was up north with the lens, but there was also the possible need for, I believe it was a pass of some sort in Astravel Nuis, in the pyramid in the crater city. But that's something we have to figure out on the fork in the road, I believe. Yeah,
so it was said to you that if you were to cast magic in front of people, you would need passes, and a good deal of your reason for being here would also require paperwork. Not to say that you could just go up north anyway and try it. The paperwork isn't so much necessary. It was just if you wanted to.
Well, I know Larea does want to be in the Pyramid City, but that is a personal thing. So I think we just have to go to Worm Shadow for now, because that's the fork of the road, and that's where we have to decide. And that's going to be, I'm guessing, at least a day's travel.
Yes, at least.
So that's something that Larea personally is going to worry about later.
Anyone else?
I only know what they tell me because I was separated. And then we got into a fight, and then I was like, cool, and then they said, we're leaving in the morning. I said, great. I'm sitting in the wagon looking at Ku, because he is the one who often knows the paperwork deal. And I go, Ku, where are we going?
True. Very true.
Well, we need to get out of here, and why don't we figure out if we're going to the Crater City or Worm Shadow at the Fork, rather than letting someone find us here.
Right. So we're either wait, by Worm City, do you mean like Baby Durgan's worms, or
WYRM. I might
So
be
ba-
mispronouncing it because I'm weird.
No, it's
No,
yeah,
it's-
Worm
no,
Shadow.
it's
Yep.
It's pronounced Worm Shadow.
Okay,
it's
good.
Baby Durgan. Okay.
Yeah. So Worm Shadow is at the fork of the road, so we're going to have to go there regardless of what we
Great.
decide afterwards.
I
Great.
will say as well, the decision to take the lens north wasn't something that was your choice. It was said that it needed. They didn't have any other choice, and you were the escort. But now
Yes.
they're all dead, so there's not so much a requirement that you have to deliver it anywhere other than where you want to be.
Well, out of this town is where I want
Yeah,
to be
let's
currently.
talk on the road.
Let's leave.
Let's talk on the road.
Yes.
We should get the fuck out. That's what
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
decided.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is one singular road and a lot of arid desert,
Yeah.
I believe. So
Yeah,
Free on the
I
road.
fill the cart with cart supplies.
yeah.
I think Vaughn
I-
did it when he got the cart.
Oh,
He
great.
did,
Yeah.
yes. A lot.
Great. Cool.
I didn't actually quantify how much it was because he got so high of a roll. I was just like, yeah, whatever you want,
Great.
you can put it in the cart. I don't care.
I have a little from when we were traveling to Obscurum, I was like, yes, here's our cart full of stuff, and there's just like all the dumb like survival items. There's cooking tools and way too many I've 5,000 ball bearings. Casual. Just all the dumb shit that it's like, here's a 10-foot pole. Do we need a 10-foot pole? No, but it would make sense it's on a cart.
Use it as a
True.
walking stick one day.
Yeah. So I just got one of those. I just got one of those lists where I'm just like, yes, dumb shit to annoy Lycan with.
Yeah. Yeah, as you guys are sort of loading up, it's the really early hours. It's like 6 a.m. The light is only just beginning to sort of crop up. As you mount up, how are you orientating the party? Like, who is taking control of the horses? Who is maybe Geo probably asleep in the back? I don't know. Whatever I
Geo's just having
can't guess what he's up to be honest.
He's having an existential crisis because he died, and that was the first time he's actually died without coming back
True.
to life
Very true.
by a god.
Shut up.
I have good survival and animal handling because I'm a druid. I can steer. I can drive the cart.
Yeah. I was gonna suggest you for that.
Yeah.
I would like to help with surveying the surroundings, but since I'm canonically really bad at survival, I'm going to help.
Well, if you're like keeping an eye out for danger, that's more perception.
Yeah, bandits and
The survival thing's more that you're going in the right direction, you haven't lost the path, and then animal handling would be to control the horses to get them to sort of
Yes.
obey whatever you want them to do.
all wisdom skills that I'm incredibly bad at. Yes, indeed. So I will help perceive bandits and wild animals.
Cool. Yeah, the wagon begins to sort of roll on down the road. You begin to leave this small logging town. As you get to the outskirts, and this is where you see those sort of very basic, low fenced out portions of land where people are farming. You can see sort of the tree stumps and the sort of general expansion of new trees being planted and the sort of active logging that's going on. You can see along this eastern road there is a series of people crowded around a body lying on the ground, and you can see a teenage boy is sort of kneeling over the body as you guys are making your way out of town.
Like, what sort of body is it?
It seems to be an elderly man, is the best you can sort of look.
And the kid's just leaning over it. Is he doing anything?
Make me a perception check.
Ooh, fancy dice.
21.
On a 21, you can see that he's sort of there's people crowded around him, and he's kneeling over, and this man's body, there's a massive red portion all over the one part of his side where he's bleeding. And then the boy has his hands over where the wound might be. And you can see that he's trying to angle his face so no one can see. And he seems to be saying something. And you can see a dull glow from underneath his hands as looks like he's attempting to heal this man.
All of them ideas, so I'm not going to say anything.
I was gonna cause a big distraction so this kid could heal this old man, but I don't want to draw attention to us while we have the lens. It's very counter Bellini.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
Gio's just not going to open his mouth.
I'll hop out. And how many people were there around except for the boy?
8.
Jesus.
That's too many people. Never mind.
I'm wearing the guard's outfit, so
Oh,
I'm
true.
just going to get out, and I'll turn my back on the boy and sort of body block vision of him, and I'll spread my arms and be like, all right, everybody, move along, give us some room, and hope to draw attention to me so he can have a better shot at healing him.
Okay. Can you make me either a persuasion or deception, depending on if you're trying to act more like a guard, or if you're just trying to keep the attention on you?
Well,
and I will say,
both.
it'd be more if you're trying to sort of deceive them into thinking that you are a guard and they should listen to you, or if you're just using the fact that you're there to sort of cajole them into looking at you.
No, I'm using the fact that I look like a guard. 22.
Okay.
For deception.
Perfect. Yep. You do watch most of them seem to back away. You can see there's a young girl also near the teenage boy, and she sort of tugs his sleeve as you approach, and there's a very wide-eyed expression. And you notice that she looks past you, and rounding the corner of where the last sort of houses are, you can see 3 guards are making their way down the road. Let's see if she's there. Yes, you recognize one of them.
Oh no, no, babe, do not.
You want the badge back temporarily, or do you want me to hold on to it?
As long as it's hidden, she doesn't know I stole it.
That's true.
I mean, she's probably not stupid, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing the all right, move it along, and I'll look over my shoulder and I whisper, "Be quick with it. We don't have a lot of time." And I'm kind of gauging for the boy how it's going.
Okay, do you want to make me an Arcana check?
Sure. Wow, a 5?
You have no idea. I'd say you know enough, even with a 5, you know enough that the wound on the man is fatal. And whatever this boy is trying to do is taking longer than an action, but it is significant. You can even begin to see threads of magic coming from the air around where he's casting this. It is whatever he's trying to do is something very significantly powerful, even like especially for a teenager.
Can I make eye contact with Loraya and give her the look of like the raised eyebrow look of like, do you need help? Are we good? Like, thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm giving one of these.
I'm gonna dart my eyes towards the approaching guards, and do a little. Sorry, that was my mic.
No, I got you.
I can make a distraction if you really want me to, but it's not going to be a good distraction.
I can just summon a bunch of. I can just summon a bunch of like cats to like, or rats to just swarm those guards real quick to cause a distraction.
I don't know if we've mentioned this to you. We would surely have mentioned this to Bellini, but they don't want us to use magic.
Yeah.
Have we told you
Magic
that?
is forbidden, or we'll get arrested.
If I get seen casting it,
Yes.
or will they know that I'm the one who casted it?
If you get seen casting it, but you're not too sure what is the like how
Detection
they know.
method.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's definitely something you guys would have mentioned. That, like,
yeah, you would have
pretty
mentioned
early
it.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the whole reason that I'm trying to cover this boy's ass, because they're going to snatch him.
Yeah. Ku, as this is all going on, because you're actively not participating in that portion, your passives are so high that you can see, once again, because you're keeping an eye on it, like forward where the tree line is, where you saw the Magisters and Mirabelle arrive the previous day, you can see 5 horses cross out of the tree line, and on top of one of them is a guard in like a burgundy colored leathers, like a full helm. He seems to have some sort of cloak around his body, and the way that he is riding, leading the pack, you would guess that this might be the commander of the guards that has not been present this whole time.
I'll sidle up next to Loraya to the extent I can and just whisper that the commander's on his way.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I mean, like, it's probably too late to make our escape now without being seen. We'll figure it out. We'll be fine.
I'm still just sitting on the cart.
Just sitting in the back of the cart, like, what did I do this time?
I'll figure it out. I'll talk to them. It's going to be fine. Like a little bit of panic in my voice.
We might need to leave, guys.
Can I just whisper to Loraya to call me a thief and take off running, like, between the guards and the captain?
If you want, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh yeah, I'll play that part happily. So you're going to dash off, and I'm going to chase you.
I don't tell you to go anywhere. I was fully planning on just making my way back to the cart.
Okay.
I moved the cart like so we could exit town, but it's kind of like to the side as if we're waiting before we go, so we're not just like sitting in the middle of the road, but still in a position where I can tell these horses or mules or whatever, fucking book it.
Just
need be.
Fucking book it, man. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
I can speak with animals for free because I have a fancy staff. Not for free, it takes a charge, but it has 10. And Panic Wall is only 6, so I get 4 free ones. But yeah, I just kind of look at the group and I go, here is our meet, and I'm like, this is the meeting place. Like, I just kind of do one of these,
Yeah.
and like point, and I was like, then I do one of these, and I'm like, and then I start writing in the history of skee ball, as I'm like, whatever you do, I'm ready, and you just see my staff across my lap, like, whatever we need to do, I'm game, but I'm letting you guys figure this out. I'm also like, we need to go, leave. I don't know if we can help this old man and boy.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna step away and do a little power walk and return to the wagon. I don't know. It's going to be bad either way. If I stand still, it's going to be bad. If we leave, it's going to be bad. Like, there's no. I don't think there's a good solution here.
Okay. You can see the guards from the town. The 3 of them are walking. So the guards from the tree line are sort of catching up because they were further afield, but they are faster. Are we moving the wagon on?
Yeah, if we have the whole group, I just look at the boy. I just look and I go. I look at the group and I go, we can't save everyone.
Agreed. Let's.
And it
Let's
feels
look at-
bad, but I only have 3 more diamonds.
It's quite a lot, but okay.
I made sure to have 1 for every member of the party, including myself. So, yeah.
Okay,
Let's save those.
as you sort of, and the wagon begins to move onwards, you can see that the girl is like pulling on the tunic of this boy who looks up and sees the guards approaching. He doesn't stop, and as the commander and his men sort of pass by you, you notice that he sort of looks down as they're riding past. If you want, someone can roll an insight check.
He's 100% clocking my armor in this moment, is what he's doing. I'm going to tell you the result of the insight
1d
check.
plus 5.
I also got a 25, but I got a 19.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say with that you all sort of realize that as he's looking, he does clock Lorea's sort of guard uniform.
I put my arm around her, and I'm like,
It's more that he sort of looks over the array of people, and especially focusing on the giant hippo man. And there's like a look of confusion for a minute before they continue onwards. With that high insight, I'd say for all of you know that part of him is thinking it's a bit odd, but he seems to be more concentrated on something else. As that they sort of pass by you. The wagon is continuing onwards, but you're within enough distance to notice that as the horses come to a stop and he dismounts and the other guards join him, they don't even pause as they grab the boy who's like refusing to pull his hands away, drag him away from the body. You notice the captain pulls something from his belt and shoves it onto his neck, and you can see this collar is affixed to the boy before he is hands bound and thrown over the back of his horse. You watch as the commander kneels down by the old man and pulls out a dagger and just finishes the job. And as he stands to sort of turn to look towards the wagon, and he's about to say something to one of his men who's still mounted up on his horse, a very familiar looking guard sort of grabs his shoulder for a minute and begins to talk to him about something, and is dragging his attention away as the wagon is moving onwards. as you guys leave this incident, and you guys are now the ones entering into the tree line, you can see that the young girl that was on the ground sort of throws her hands up, and a arc of lightning catches the commander in the face and scars him like across the side of his eye and part of his mouth. And they do the same to her. They just grab her, shove a collar, and she too is bound. And you guys enter the tree line as they begin to fade from view.
I just kind of put my hand on Larea, holding her into the wagon, and going, we can't save everyone. We already overthrew one government, but we could have, like, ran away and gotten away. We are stuck here for now.
Yeah.
We need to be smart about this.
I agree, and I'm not a smart person.
Geo, canonically, the highest intelligence out of the entire party.
Yeah, there is part of you guys that that sort of somber tension begins to fall on you as you enter into this forest that then begins to block out whatever is happening in the background. I will say you guys are smart enough to sort of remember that they were talking about finding someone in particular in the town, and that might have been the person that they were talking about. But there's no magisters there, so they're gonna have to deal with whatever the fuck happened with that. And you continue onwards, and that forest begins to become all you can see is just a long pathway and trees everywhere.
How worried are we about being followed? Now that we were clocked by that guard captain, I look at the group. I like say out loud to the group.
I don't think
If
we
they're
should
gonna
be
follow
worried.
us, they're gonna follow us. I don't know that. I think we have bigger issues right now.
Okay, I can pass without trace us. I can like. I literally said it's like I can cast my pass without trace spell and like hide our tracks. It magically will hide our tracks.
If they're following us and see us casting magic, that's going to be a lot
True.
worse.
True.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And my staff remains seated across my lap. And we keep going. So, how did you all get here? We didn't really get to I just like immediately hard pivot the conversation from we just watched children get kidnapped or jailed, arrested, whatever, and I'm like, so yeah, that was the boat exploded.
Yeah, it did.
I did forget I could breathe underwater for a minute. I did turn
It's
into
adorable.
I think either a big crab or a shark. I don't remember. And then I got stuck in the boat for a second, and then I went, "Oh yeah, I can swim real fast and breathe underwater." And then I swam for like, how long was it? Like 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah, 12 hours straight. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
it's
got
a good thing we
follow-up.
saved those dragon turtles, because I got magic powers, more magic powers, guys. Saved my ass.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm guessing you were that little boat that rowed away.
Mhm.
Sure were.
Cool.
Thanks to Geo, who is a mad rower.
Nice.
Any workout I just enjoy. So
There you go. I'm trying to. I'm opening the map so I can see where we're
Bloom,
going.
you got to use Emerald's version of it now.
Oh, great. Yeah. The highly detailed one. For those watching at home, I missed that session when they were drawing on the map, and was disappointed there was a lack of male genitalia on it.
It is in the meme chat in the Discord.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. So we're we're currently traveling. Okay, so we're traveling through the woods, and then, we're going to Worm Shadow, and then we're either going north towards the Eclipse Oasis, right? Or somewhere that way, or towards Astral Numis, right?
Yep.
And Laura is so pleased with herself right now.
No, it's just I just noticed that Lycaine actually pinned the dick map.
Oh yes, he did. It's how I found it so fast. For those of you who are concerned, it is European, and not Jewish. It is an uncircumcised Willie. And the people from the magic realm bullshit police force wanted it to go north, if I'm following correctly.
Yes. So.
And why would we otherwise bring it to Astral Numis, if we went south?
The reason for us as a group is that we would need passes to, I believe it was cast magic if you want to. I believe it also provided us with passage through certain things, but I'm pretty sure I got a pass for that becoming a guard. And Larea will share this with you guys. For Larea, but I'm going to be very clear on this is not a priority, but this would be a reason that I would like to go there. She had visions back in Obscurium about a pyramid and a blonde woman, which she's very sure would have been Mirabelle now that she's met her or seen her. With regards to information on her family. So she's like, well, it's nice for me if we can catch two birds with one stone, but for the group, it's most important that we survive and, deal with this situation. So that might be with the Pyramid City, or we just go straight up north. But we're going to have to figure out how to get back home, regardless of what path we take.
And Astral Numis is the capital of Sapsasul.
Mm-hmm.
And Sapsasul is the country. Okay, yes, it is the country that Cyrusia and...
We're at war with them, yes.
Gotcha. And Obscura is also at war with.
I'm not sure they technically are.
Undefined.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We know they have been, because we've overthrown Obscura and we've had a lot of documents. We know they've been working together out of motivation with Valessa.
Gotcha.
That's what we know because we did a whole research. Yes.
Yes, but do they know she's dead?
Probably,
but
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, enough time has passed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're more likely to get permits as Obscura nobles than.
Well, you're more likely to find out why Sapsathul have done everything that they're doing, like why they sabotaged the Tazizraela, why they made a pact with Valessa. You're more likely to find everything that's happening about the war in the capital city. But you also were told that the Directorate is more neutral. Contrary to what you've seen, you were told that the Directorate was more neutral and it was safer to put the lens with them than it was to give it to Sapsathul. So it's very much a risk and reward. Like, if you go into the capital city, or if you hide the lens somewhere and then go into the capital city, you might be able to find out more stuff about why everything's happening. Or if you go up towards the Veilgate Bastion, you might be able to secure that weapon, essentially, and keep it away from from them.
Exactly.
I think we should secure the weapon first.
Yeah, we have to be a little more sneaky. But I'd rather drop the lens off before going anywhere near the capital. Like, unless we have a way to pretty safely secure the lens, then
The only thing with that is that I agree, but that the magistrate have been anything but friendly or neutral. They have tried to kill us multiple times.
Oh, the directorate or
Yes.
wait, like the people we're giving the lens to?
Yes.
Or I've tried to kill us multiple times. They're the ones who blew
Yes.
up the boat.
Yes.
Not openly.
Well, we saw them, we fought them, we've recognized them as being magisters. They were at the lighthouse as well, where shit went
No,
down.
I don't think we
directorate-
know who blew up the boat.
Yeah, so you know that Mirabelle was the one that blew up the boat because you saw her. You know that the directorate are the ones that wear the grey coats, and they were just keeping an eye on you. And the magisters are just Sabsathulian military. They're not the same people. They're two different groups.
I don't think we can really make a call until we get a lay of the land in Worm Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm really confused now. Then my notes are all messed up now.
Yeah.
The only directorate person that was hostile to you was in your bastion, and that was because he, well, unbeknownst to you, has killed one of your friends. But so all the people in grey coats, neutral, and the magisters are Sabsathulian, and they belong to Mirabelle. And so Mirabelle was the one that blew up your boat. The directorate also had an airship with the lens on it.
And that's the one that crashed outside our bastion.
That's the one that crashed. So you would guess that Mirabelle has either corrupted or taken some of the directorate's resources for her own, and that's why there's so much blend between the two. It is confusing. That's
Okay, so let me pitch this from Lorraine's perspective. We had a directorate in our home who was a dick. She doesn't even know he killed her brother, but without that knowledge, he was a dick. We were shadowed and watched and stalked by them at the lighthouse at the port town. We were blown up by a similar airship that crashed into our neighborhood. So Lorraine's still not going to say like, oh yeah, it's a totally fine idea to deliver it to the directorate.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to clarify above table.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But then
the reason, for more clarification, the reason why it is confusing is slightly deliberate. The way I wrote it is Mirabelle is trying to make it look like it's the directorate doing most of this. So there's a lot of overlap between the two, whether or not they're paid off or they're enthralled in some way, because the Veilgate Bastion is on so the directorate's headquarters is in Sabsathul, and there's not much they can do about that. So there's a lot of exactly that. You're not sure if they can be trusted or not. It's very much like a Hail Mary. This might work or it might not.
Worst case scenario, the directorate are bad people and we smash the lens and run.
Again, I don't think we have enough information until we get to Worm Shadow to know what's going on.
True. Let's go up to Worm Shadow.
Yeah, we're trying to make a plan when we have a destination already.
Yeah.
Okay. This
Cue Shrek 2 travel montage music.
Travel montage. As this conversation is happening and you guys are sort of trading all these different ideas, hours pass by, you see the trees get thicker and darker in the overhang. of light begins to dim. You do see, as you sort of pass by, there's like a roadside shrine of a statue of a woman holding a spider in her hands. It seems to be like half crumpled. There's loads of silver threads, that have been tied to a tree nearby. Some of them are really old, some of them are really new. You would guess that this is maybe a shrine to the Weaver. And so I keep burping and I'm trying to talk at the same time.
Stop burping.
The signs of logging begin to fade as you guys find yourselves deeper and deeper into this forest. As you are continuing onwards, can someone make me a perception check?
Not me.
Sure.
Yeah.
19.
Who's got it? I got a 9. I rolled a 3.
$19. Yeah. You begin to notice that this forest is as old as some of the stuff around Taz's Railer. There seems to be this like overhanging pressure of like ancient innate arcane. And as you guys are moving along this path, a couple of hours go by and you find yourselves passing a small shrine with a statue with a spider in her hands. And I would say at that point you sort of notice that this is the same statue and you have gone in a circle.
I stop the cart and I go, well, shit. Well, do we want me to speak with the plants and see if they will tell me how to get out of this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Great. I duck behind the wagon, / like I make sure nobody can see me, and then I cast Speak with Plants, and all plants within a 30 feet of me gain limited sentience and animation, giving the ability to communicate with me and follow my simple commands. I can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past few days, gaining information such as creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances. And then there's a whole bunch of other bullshit. And I look at all the plants and I go, "Hello. I seem to be trapped in your woods." And it took me in a circle. I don't know if this has something to do with the Weaver, but any information would be very helpful.
Okay. You begin to, as you cast that, you begin to feel your magic links and to one and then links to the next one, and it begins to sort of ripple outwards. And you begin to hear every tree, I'd say within maybe a 1 mile radius, begin to answer all at once. And it's like a cacophony of voices overlapping each other, like someone whispering, someone like very ancient and groaning, as you ask them if they can help you. Just there's so much going on, you can't really piece out which one in particular.
And I go, pause, hold, wait, and then I look and I go, you, I don't know your name, and I like point specifically at this tree, and I go and I put my hand on it, and I was like, if I am not actively touching you right now, nobody answer. And I go, okay, great. And then I repeat, and I was like, I'm trapped in this circle. How do I get out of here? Excuse me.
You hear quite an old, sort of deep voice of this plant. It simply says a sacrifice must be made.
What kind of sacrifice? And to who? I'm guessing the Weaver, but
To a god
I'm
of
happy
your
to.
choosing.
Oh, great. Well, I pray to Zephrix, the plant god. You know, he cool.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, we're buddies. He, I think, once divinely interacted, maybe. I'm not sure. But, like, he was really cool. And then I go, is it a sacrifice if I look and I go, how would you like to be like fully awakened? Can that be my sacrifice? Can that be my gift to the
I'm
forest?
not sure what that is.
How would you like permanent sentience?
Oh, well, I've only just gained moderate sentience.
How would you like this to be a permanent thing? And we do it in honor of Zephrix.
Would I be able to talk to people?
Yes? Please hold while I open my spellbook. After you touch a huge or smaller beast or plant, the target must have either no intelligence, score an intelligence of 3 or less, gains intelligence of 10. Yeah, gains the ability to speak one language I know if the target is a plant, gains the ability to move its roots, limbs, vines, creepers, and so forth, and it gains senses similar to a human. Yeah.
So, what plant? Describe to me the plant in which who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a very old tree.
Okay.
Because it has probably seen a lot. And I say, how would you like to be the spirit of, like, in honor of Zephrix, you be the, like, talking spirit of the forest? No, it does. I have Staff of the Woodlands, so I can cast it using charges.
That doesn't get rid of a costly material component. It
Does it
just
not?
means you don't have no.
No,
Oh.
it just means you have access to the spell, and you don't use a spell
Gotcha.
slot.
I mean, I have 1,000
What is
gold.
the material
so
component? I don't even
It's an
know what it is.
agate. It's a gem worth 1,000 gold. An agate, A-G.
No, yeah, I was just trying to think if I've ever
A-G-A-T-E.
given you guys a gem worth 1,000 gold. I've given you a lot of gems. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we have.
I don't remember. I give you guys
I mean, like,
lots
we've.
of things.
Yeah.
Have a silver dragon scale.
I mean, we definitely have had gems worth 1,000 gold at some point. I don't know if we currently have it on us, but I look at Geo, who has sticky fingers, and I go, Geo, I need to look through your gem pouch.
I only have 2 tiger's eyes in that silver dragon scale.
I would say you can try and use the dragon scale if you want to. It will obviously consume that scale, so it's whether or not Geo wants to let go of that.
I'll let go of it. And I hand it to Bellini.
Yeah. I also summon Eth to help me with this, even though he will definitely disappear before this ends because it's an 8-hour spellcast. But I look at the group and I go, listen, we have to make a sacrifice to get out of here. Geo is sacrificing his silver dragon scale, and I'm gonna awaken this tree.
Okay. Is that enough
It's such like a
sacrifice for
casual
it?
comment. Everyone's like, "Cool, yeah." He's like, "I'm gonna do this really cool magic." Okay, cool.
Well, Bellini is as much as Geo is an agent of chaos in the, like, physical sense. Bellini is the oh fuck oh shit, and he goes, I don't know what I'm doing. So Bellini just kind of tries things. So yeah, like.
Okay. Can you make me an Arcana check, and this to see if you can substitute your component? Because the silver dragon scale arguably more expensive. So yes, you can
Yes.
try.
Can I, instead of using intelligence for this arcana, use my spellcasting like wisdom
Yeah.
in its
Yeah.
place?
No, I don't see why not. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. That is a 15 plus 3. No, yeah, plus 3 wisdom. So that's
Okay,
just
I'd
like not using any other like buff from Staff of
Okay.
the Woodlands or anything.
Yeah. I would say with an 18, yes, as you begin to sort of try and cast the spell, you can use this piece of scale that has been born of magic, because dragons are. I will say, as you summon Eth, the tree begins screaming very loudly in your ear, like as it watches this little flame appear. It's like, ah! So there's that small issue.
I go, pause. It's okay. He is part of my magic. He will not light you on fire. He's here to help me for the limited time that he is here. He is a direct part of me. Hence the matching outfits. And Eth just waves and is a matching turtle sack doll. Because he just is on fire.
Okay. You see that it does sort of like this stops shaking its leaves. It seems to calm down.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, this would mean I can fuck with travelers?
Only the like regular travelers. No, the guards. Yes.
Deal.
Like this tree.
Yeah. Yeah, but like regular people, help them out.
What if they have axes?
Then scare him.
Okay, so like unfortunately, as you gain the sentience, you'll recognize that like wood and warmth is required. Like we do have to like warm our houses, which requires wood to do that. You can tell them as a spirit of the forest they also need to replant what they chop down in what's called uh ethical and replenishing logging. Strip logging, bad. Replanting, good.
I am okay with this. You may proceed.
Cool. And
Describe
remember,
to
Zephyrix
me
is watching.
Describe to me what Bellini's magic looks like as you successfully use a dragon scale to awaken this tree.
I say the group, this is going to take approximately 8 hours. Get comfy, take a nap if you need to. Bellini draws a circle on the ground and sits in it with the staff in his hands. He does not transform it back into a tree. He just kind of plants it in front of him. And then around the circle, you see flowers start to grow and other small forest plants. And within the circle, you see this kind of, it starts as this kind of glow from the staff into the circle, and then that glow travels into Bellini and takes on almost a fiery appearance, and then travels back into the circle and kind of swirls together and then goes into the tree over this period of time. And then you see like words made out of magic fly into the tree as it learns how to speak common. And then you see like kind of air go into the tree. And then you see all of these pieces kind of play together. And then after 8 hours, the kind of glow, it doesn't flare, it just kind of diminishes. And the tree just kind of almost like takes a breath in, even though it doesn't need to breathe. But kind of like starts like, oh, hello. And it gains an intelligence of, hold on. It gains an intelligence of 10. It gains the ability to speak common. And then it gains the ability to move its limbs and roots and so on and so forth. Yeah, and your GM chooses the statistics appropriate for the awakened plant.
Very cool.
And then it is also charmed by me for 30 days, or until your companions do anything harmful to it.
Okay. What are the rest
and
of
I
you
warn
guys
the group.
doing as he is awakening this tree?
I'm just sitting there like poking Eth.
For 8 hours.
Yep.
I'm probably going to relax for a large portion, but I'm also going to spend a significant portion of that time praying to a share. Yeah, just sort of like chilling, praying. I'll probably write some letters ready to be sent once we find some sort of mail post. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send. I'll write a letter to Siler, and I'll write a letter to Bones, who I have yet to learn is dead. But I believe Bones is in our bastion, so I'll write a letter to him to be like, "Sup, tell me all about what's happening." And to Siler, it's just sort of like a diary entry, like this happened, that happened, leaving out all the secret shit, because he knows the context as to why we're here. But yes, documenting a lot.
Okay.
And praying.
Ku, anything?
Not really, no.
Cool. No worries. Yeah, you watch as this tree becomes very animated. There is a moment that it sort of peers, and like you hear the creaking of wood as it leans down to look at the fuck is his name? Eth. I had like a wheel, like my brain stopped working. He sort of peers down to look at Eth. There seems to be a little bit of confusion as it talks to you, Bellini. It asks, how long have you had this companion?
Did Bellini get Eth? Or Eth come to Bellini? I would assume like, because what, Bellini's in his like mid-20s or so. Like he's not a very old turtle, but he's not super young. How old did I say Bellini was?
I don't
Oh,
remember.
he's 30. He's 35 according to my character sheet. So,
Very nice.
apparently, like, I don't know, probably sometime in his childhood. I don't think Bellini was a young turtle. Like I think he was like a teenager, and Eth kind of started to inhabit, and like that's when Bellini's druid magic kind of came about, and then unlike being a shape changer, which he can still do, he kind of discovered he's a fire druid. He's a wildfire druid. Like this spirit inhabited his childhood doll, and they've been friends for I don't know, like 20 years now at this point.
Okay.
I'd say 15.
You see, this awakened tree is sort of nodding their head as you tell them this. I was not aware that any of the Cinderkin were still around.
I don't know what that is. I'm guessing, according to your questions, Eth might be one of them, or I might be one. I don't know.
They are. They hold the spirit of their ancestor.
Wait, so am I a Cinderkin, or is Eth the Cinderkin?
the bond is.
Oh. Eth, are you my like great 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 grandfather or something, or grandmother, or aunt or uncle?
You see, Eth is just like, I have no fucking idea.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Cool. Well,
I'm not
yeah.
sure if it is your magic, but I can now see a great deal to our father, the verdant god. And this small flame is is ancient. This one.
I high five Eth. Yeah. Well, I look at Geo and I go, well, he is one of my best friends, if not my best friend. Sorry, Geo. I've known Eth longer.
I'm just like right there, still playing with Eth. Like I don't mind getting burned at this point. I'm used to it.
Yeah. This is my other best friend. He awoken somehow, and I found him in a pile of mud.
I love mud.
But yeah, I thank the Greenfather for my friends, and all that they help with, and they make me a better person.
Are you aware that he can do more than that? So, like, points at Eth again.
Yeah, he can teleport, and he heals my friends. Well, helps me heal my friends, and he can throw fireballs only at bad people. And I look at Eth, and I was like, only at the bad people.
I whispered in your ear,
And
you can throw them at me too. Just don't tell Polini.
But if he can do more, I'd love to learn more.
So,
I want to help him be the best person he can be.
So, Bugtable, I wanted to roll a I don't know what sort of trek it would, maybe history, I don't know. I wanted to roll a d20 to see if this tree had, like, links to the god or not. I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
So, to
Let's
answer
go.
your question, the
Always
tree
rewarded.
responds that you should seek out the knowledge of the Flame Keeper.
Cool.
And find the
Notes.
heart of the Emberlight.
Okay, hold on. Notes. Nope, not under allies. Other. Okay. Seek out the knowledge.
Seek out the knowledge of the Flame Keeper. And find the heart of the Emberlight.
Cool. Do you have any idea where I should travel for this?
I'm a tree.
Yeah. Thought about that. I pull out my map and I go, well,
A library?
yeah. I guess I'll start there and then
A temple?
yeah. Cool. I'll pray on it.
I would also, I was about to say tell your friends, but I have now realized that they can all understand me. I would be cautious of your destination. There is much that does not sleep in that realm.
In the worm,
Its namesake is very apt.
Gotcha. So lots of baby dragons. Good to know.
They are quite large. I would not consider them babies, but sure. Yes.
Cool. Good to know. So we got to be careful. Thank you. Thank you for your warning.
That's great. I can now fuck with people, so...
Yeah.
Did you say fuck less?
I like swearing now that I have sentience. It It gives me life.
Remember,
Alright, then.
we want to preach ethical logging practices that involve replanting and also recognize that some people that there's a need for lumber and timber in the day-to-day lives of many other beings, and but you have free reign to fuck with the guards. He is charmed by me currently. So we agreed on ethical lumber practicing and primarily fucking with the guards.
Yes, the corpses of the destroyers will make excellent fertile soil for my seedlings.
Like this tree.
Well, Loraya, this is how we got back at those guards for possibly imprisoning those two young children.
Would you like me and my... And he, like, looks around at, like, all the bushes and trees companions to stop them from following?
Are they currently
Yes.
following us?
You see he, like, pauses for a minute. Great question. Yes.
Don't get yourself killed, because that's a reality now, for you.
Oh, no, I would just change the path.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Send them in circles.
Got it. For how long?
5 weeks.
I like this one.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, you can go,
We-
by the way. Wait,
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. We'll probably be traveling back through here. So please don't fuck with us and anyone that is in our immediate group. Or if they come with my turtle symbol, they should please give them safe passage.
they will have peace under the shades of my leaves.
I appreciate it, and may the Green Father bless you.
Oh, I can be blessed.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I'm gonna kiss the tree and ask him its name.
Oh, god damn you. Tree net. Where's my list of random names that I have?
Is it Trent?
Yes, his name is Trent. Yes, that is a great name. Let me write in my notes. Awakened tree. Name
Oh, yes.
is Trent. Nailed
I'll
it.
just be at Gia like, why did you kiss him?
It's a tree. I'm
Given
one with nature. I just
by
like
the
destroying
tree
things.
I awakened,
Alright.
named Trent, got a nat 20 on luck check from tree from Green Father. Zephix. Zephy. Done. 2-28-2026. This is important. Follow up.
So stupid.
Listen, the notes section on D&D Beyond kind of sucks, okay? I will forget it. And 8 hours have passed. I look at the group and go, I need to take a nap. That was exhausting.
I can drive the carriage for a little bit.
Yeah. And I take a nap in the back.
Sounds good.
Dawn, the next day arrives. I need to roll a d6 to see how many charges I restore to my staff. It's a d6 plus 4, so I need to roll a 2 to get all of my charges back. I rolled a 3. Let's go. All charges restored.
I need to roll for my ring because that's still not recharged. So
Yeah.
So many recharging going on. Sounds dirty.
it's I used so many charges, and the last time I used it was at the turtle thing.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't fully charged. All right.
Well, also, like, the scale of time in D&D is fucky-wucky all the time. It's wibbly-wobbly and timey-wimey. because we can play for a year and it's in reality been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it hasn't actually been.
I mean, all of Obscura took what in
3
game
hours.
time? Yeah,
In
in game
time,
time,
it was a couple of days. Yeah.
it was like I think it was like a week and a half tops.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Maybe
it took a
2
month to
weeks.
travel there. In fact, your traveling
Yeah.
took longer than like
The revolution,
overthrowing a
Yes.
country. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you let the 4 of us run wild. It,
But I assume we're going to continue traveling now.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I thank Geo for using his dragon scale.
Of course. I'll just take one from one of the dragons that we're going to see in a little bit. So just be wary of that.
Yeah. You know what? Fair enough. Try not to get us killed, please. Also try not to get yourself killed. And then Geo and I will definitely at some point have a conversation about like how he's feeling and the like vague morality of knowing one's own existence and demise.
I've died like 5 times. That's just the closest that I've gotten.
To the void. Yeah.
Oh, he ain't going to the void.
Nope.
Yeah.
I know exactly where he's going.
Then I'll come back to haunt you all in your dreams.
Not
That's
in their
fine.
dreams. I can tell you that. It won't be in the dream. It will be
Yeah.
physically and very, very hurtful.
Yeah, that's what I expect. If you come back as a zombie, Geo, please know I am going to do everything in my power to destroy you.
That's fine.
Oh, that's
Okay,
a good
fair.
Gio, can you make me an insight check?
Yeah.
Because there's something I've realized that you might know.
24.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you definitely know. You are vague. It's Geo. So you're vaguely aware that the attempt to release the Lord of Torment, there were like chains that were binding him, and they did actually break those chains. And one of the things they said was that he needed a vessel to inhabit. And if you were to die, that would mean that the vessel is now free to be inhabited. Just so you're aware.
I know. I remember.
So an aspect of the Lord of Torment would exist on the material plane. Not just
Would I
like an
still have control?
incarnation of his power. I don't know, that'd be up to you. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It'll be like, welcome to D&D, guys. Today you are all fighting rain.
Does Rain remember to activate his cloud rune when he's fighting us?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
I think evil Rain would just like know all of the stuff because I would be telling him. I'd be like, by the way, you might want to do this.
I don't use it that much because I don't want to be that overpowered.
No, you're good. It's okay. I'm just waiting to get counterspelled when I go to conjure woodland beings and summon 8 pixies who auto polymorph. It's essentially burn every lower level spell slot, saving at least 1 third level spell slot to cast Revivify, and then when I think I'm safe or like hidden in a corner, 8 pixies will just erupt from me and just mass cast polymorph on.
I don't actually think that. I actually don't think Geo is the most overpowered, personally. I think Ku might be. In terms of, like, raw damage.
Oh, 100%. I think
Yeah.
Ku does the most damage.
Yeah, also because
I'm
half
just
the
a
time
tinky boy.
my enemies have no idea where he is. It's just like, where's he? Ah, he's hidden again. No idea. But yeah, as you guys continue on, hours pass by and it begins to turn from, obviously you spent all this time casting, But it's hard to tell day from night. But definitely the light changes and darkens and begins to alight again. And at that, I'd say you realize that it's been night and it's coming into morning again. The trees begin to thin out, and you notice that some of them have no leaves, and they are like a deep, dark, acrid black. The soil shifts from quite verdant and quite overturned with the amount of wagons that pass through, and there's some greenery, to cracked and black. And the scent changes to a very sulfur-laced, metallic feeling. The wind feels dry as these trees become sparse. One thing of note is that you notice that there's no more birds that you can hear. There's just the sound of the wind sort of passing through as the wheels crunch over this very vitrified soil. As the trees become that sparse, you now have a visual over the land as it opens outwards. You can see rippled waves of earth with these blackened tree husks. Some patches of the ground are like glossy and shiny, almost like the dirt itself has been melted to the point where it has re-solidified, almost like glass or like obsidian. The heat that hits you guys, you notice that it is warmth that sort of radiates from the ground, almost like it's still warm from everything that's happened. And you can see that there are just rolling hills of nothing but this dark brown and black cracked earth, and it's barren for miles as you are continuing on your way. What would you guys like to do?
Lorraine is going to wrap herself like a Victorian lady in as many fabrics as she can to shield herself from the sun. She might not technically be a vampire, but she sure as shit looks like one currently.
Yeah, I get ready for this travel across a desert. And I change my spell list to have Goodberry on it so that we can eat food and I can provide enough sustenance to the horses.
He was just excited for the heat.
It would be.
Of course he is. Bellini, can you make me an animal handling check as you are navigating along?
Wait,
Before I make
am I
this
still
check-
navigating though? Because
I have no
Bellini was
idea.
going
I
to
don't
take a
remember.
rest.
Oh, I think it's been enough time. How soon is this after we left the awakened
The
tree?
forest, easily enough for a long rest.
Cool. Cool. I do cast before I make this animal handling. I think if I cast animal friendship, will this give me advantage on the animal handling check?
Great question.
Because they're charmed by me.
Isn't that the whole point of animal friendship?
And it lasts for 24 hours.
I would say,
Because I feel like
yeah.
it doesn't say,
Yeah, sure.
but like
It just means it's mainly to stop a animal from trying to hurt, like a beast from trying to hurt you. But yeah, I don't see why not, because it is technically charmed.
yeah, cool. That is a 12 because I rolled a 1 on the first die. So shout out to the 9 that I rolled on the second die.
Okay, the path becomes less clear as this land, the wheels of wagons can barely make an imprint, so you have no reference for where the path begins and doesn't. So you feel like you begin to go a little off course as the ground becomes more bumpy and the wheels begin to sort of like trundle a lot more and pitching the wagon. As that's happening, Ku, you notice that beneath the cracked surface of some of this glossy soil, something moves, like underneath the earth.
I'll reach for my crossbows and point it out to Geo, Larea, etc.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything? As he sort of points out these, I'd say you notice that they are not massive. They're about the size. I'm trying to think of a reference. It's like a very large dog-sized shadow underneath the ground, but there's more than one as they are moving underneath.
I ready Dreadfall.
Okay.
Already a fairy fire.
Ooh, damn.
I tighten my grip on the reins, ready to react, need be, and guide our cart away from whatever is under us.
Okay, can everybody roll initiative?
I rolled a nat 20.
Amazing.
For a 22.
Rolled a 17.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
What the hecky, guys? How am I rolling high and you all shit?
Hey,
What
mine's
is
a
this?
17. It's not that bad.
That's
Yeah,
fair
17's
enough.
quite high.
I rolled a 1 and a 9 on my animal handling check, so I'm feast or famining here.
Damn. Well, Tailspire?
No. So this is going to be a horde fight.
Oh,
A
A
horde.
what?
A horde.
large group.
A large group. Let's pick this, just so I have enough.
Close up Tailspire.
Aww. Okay. We do this. And how many did I say? Okay. Mm. 16. Okay. Larea, you are up first as you watch bursting from the ground is this I've got to find the description. It's like it has 6 legs. It's almost like a weird, creepy looking grey spider thing as it bursts from the ground and begins to like scuttle towards the cart. You can see that a couple more pop up around the cart as they all begin to converge on you.
How far away are they?
Not far. They're within 20 feet. They're just popping out of the ground.
I want to cast Fairy Fire since I already did that. And it is 20 feet. Let me check if it's a cube or radius. It is a 20-foot cube. So I want to get as many as I can within it. And I need to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. I don't remember what their dex is.
Well, if they're bugs, probably high.
That's
So
an
just
18.
roll a couple ones.
It's an 18.
How many did I catch in that?
Um.
And did they all roll an 18?
Yes, so I roll with all of them together. What spell was it?
Fairy Fire.
Ooh, I'd say probably the only 3 that have popped out of the ground so far. So all of them.
Okay. I use Celestial Revelation for my bonus action, and that's it. I've done nothing once again. If they are within 10 feet of me, they must do a Charisma saving throw or be frightened.
Okay. Geo, you're up.
I'm going to jump out of the cart and just swing at the first 2 that are closest to me. Oh, wrong one. I missed the first one. I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit.
That 10 does not hit.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Okay. So that is 5 damage plus 2. So 7 damage total.
7 damage. Perfect. Yeah, you catch one of them as it goes to leap onto the cart. You just catch it with an uppercut, sort of like throwing it backwards a little bit. How this works is I have the total HP of the swarm, and you guys are essentially just hacking away at that total. So I will obviously be describing where things are, but you guys can just throw whatever you want at these creatures as they're popping up. Essentially, you have to just get the total swarm number either to a suitable level or to 0. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's everything. I don't want to become giant because I don't know when I'm going to have to get back in the cart.
That is quite cute, to be honest. Okay, Bellini.
I am going to summon Eth as a bonus action, and then I'm just gonna order him. Or no, sorry, I'm gonna summon Eth as my action as a bonus action. I'm just gonna tell him to lob flames at anyone who comes close to the cart. Within, if like priority protecting the horses, don't worry about me. And that he should do that until I tell him otherwise. So that's what Eth is going to do for the remainder of this fight.
Cool.
And then Eth is going to throw a fireball. So he rolls. Does a... God, what is my spell attack modifier? Does a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Great. They take 9 fire damage.
Wonderful. As you sort of see that fire off, you see it hit the carapace of like one of these crawling creatures, and it just seems to like roll over them.
Shit.
You would guess they're probably immune to fire.
Yeah. That's fine.
Look at the land around you, Bloom. Look at it.
Listen, Eth only has 1 power move. His next command is gonna be try to grab one. It's not a willing creature, so I'll have to figure out how that works to teleport them up in the air and drop them.
Okay, that is Bellini.
Yeah, think about that while everyone else goes. While I
will
out
try.
what I'm doing instead.
Yeah, you guys watch as a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 pop out of the ground and begin to move, and the swarm begins to converge onto the cart. I'm gonna say that it's gonna go for. Where's my D4? I'll just pick someone. It's gonna go for Bellini.
Great.
First one is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
23. Let me get the thing. 5. So that's 10 slashing damage and 7 fire damage. As you can see, these spindly legs begin to like slash out. You can see that the other side of them, much like a praying mantis, are like barbed, and you can see that some parts of it are glowing like this hot red color, almost like magma. That is its first hit, and the second one misses. Larea.
I will position myself within 10 feet of as many as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have to...
Yeah, I haven't gotten a turn.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, who goes after me?
Oh, you're last, that's why. Sorry. Excuse me. Ku, it's your turn.
So with my bonus action, I'll target the swarm with my evil eye. They have to make a charisma saving throw.
That is a charisma. 13.
That fails, so they are marked.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to shoot at the swarm with one of my hand crossbows. That's a 26 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Alright, give me one moment. 7. I'm going to mark it as my favorite foe as well.
Perfect.
And then I'll use my reaction to use Curse of the Debilitated. Deal.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, that is 23 points of piercing damage and 11 points of necrotic.
Mad. Okay. Sorry about skipping you. Anything else?
No, that's action, bonus action, reaction, and I'm staying on the cart.
Okay. Larea.
Right. I'm going to position myself within 10 feet of as many of them. And they'll have to make a charisma save because of my celestial revelation or be frightened.
They are immune to being frightened.
Why do you do this? It's so rude.
It's just the thing I found. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, a bonus action form of dread. I get a d10 temp damage. 10 hit points. Oh, that's intense. And I will cast Thunderstep.
Very nice.
And I'll teleport in like a straight line from where I am to behind my allies. Oh, but they're not frightened, so it doesn't matter. Well, I'll still do that. They'll need to make a con save.
Okay, no worries. Okay, if you're staying on the cart when you cast Thunderstep, then everyone else will also have to make this con save.
No, I'm positioning myself within 10 feet of them.
So you're getting off the cart.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, I have to make a con save since I'm right next to him.
Well, I
so
can
the
keep
swarm
distance.
itself. The swarm itself is a. Let me check how big it is. Is a large creature. So it takes up that 10 foot of space. So it's basically on the wagon. So it's everyone that's on the wagon, and then Lorea's going to jump off 10 feet. So if you want to do that, you will take an attack of opportunity because you'll be leaving the melee of the creature to then Thunderstep.
Can I stay, like, within melee range, but just position myself to miss the cart and Geo? Because it's... Let me check. Let me check my Thunderstep again. Yeah, within 10 feet of the space. So, like, an off angle or something.
I reckon you can wrangle away so that it's within just enough space. I just wanted everyone to be aware that you guys are all start on the cart. The swarm is now also on the cart. So that being said, if you guys are now leaving the cart, you will be taking attacks of opportunity other than right now. So yes, you can do that. And I have to make a con save, don't I?
Yes.
That is a natural 1.
That fails.
Okay.
They will get... Bear with me. 20 thunder damage.
Okay.
10 necrotic damage. And another 3 necrotic damage. And I will thunderstep to... Well, still behind... Like, I'll bridge the gap. I can't really visualize it, but I'll fuck off. Is what I'm saying.
Would you want to be still in melee with this creature as you
No.
disappear? Okay, so you're leaving. Cart, you're just leaving. You're fucking off.
Yes, I positioned myself close to them to do as much damage as I could with the Thunderstep and to get myself in, and to try and frighten them, which doesn't work, and then get out again.
Okay. Geo.
I'm just gonna take Dreadfall and try and attack him again.
Go for it.
I know I missed the first one because it was a nat 1,
Yes, unfortunately. Yes.
and then I missed the second one because it was a 10.
Yes. As you sort of see a couple of these creatures jump up, one of them jumps onto your back, you just begin swinging wildly. You're not managing to catch anything. Anything else in your turn?
I will become giant this time.
Okay. Yeah, you... I'd say even part of the cart begins to, like, tip as you become giant, but absolutely. Anything else?
Nope.
Cool. Bellini, you're up.
Cool. As my action, I'm gonna cast Conjure Woodland Beings, and I'm gonna summon 4 Hobgoblin Warriors.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Here. So hold on, I got you. Here's their stat block on D&D Beyond. Copy. Where is? I'm DMing it. Oh no, fuck it. I'll just post it in the chat.
It's fine. I've got it.
Cool. There's 4 of them, and they have pack tactics, and they just start
Very nice.
swarming. So they all get to make their attacks with advantage.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna roll 4. I'm gonna roll 8 d20. So I'll count hits. I don't think a 11 hits,
11 does
even
not
with
hit.
advantage. No,
No.
great. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
Does a nat 20 hit?
Definitely hits.
I want you all to know I rolled a nat 1 on all of those rolls at least once. So thank God they have advantage. Okay. 2d10 plus 1 is automatically
So
21 damage.
21.
And then
the
yeah.
roll.
Roll a 2d10. Boop and boop. That's another 17 points of damage.
So 38. Very nice.
And
Anything
then
else?
I'm gonna tell Eth to just keep an eye out for more of them and throw a fireball at them as they emerge so we know where they're coming from. Because he can't do damage.
Because he can't do. Yeah, that was pretty cool though.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna continue to drive the cart.
Oh, okay. So the cart begins to move. Right.
Yeah. If I can. Like, my goal is to try to slowly
I would
get us out of
say
here.
if you want to sort of kick the horses into gear, it will be an action. So you may
That's
you
fine,
can
I'll wait.
do that on your
Yeah.
next turn for sure.
That's fine.
Yeah. Oh wow, these horses are very chill. Okay. I was gonna roll and see if they freak out and do begin moving, but they're fine apparently.
Well, they are friends with me, so
they are friends,
chill. If I'm calm, they're calm.
It is my swarm's turn. You see a couple more burst out the ground, and as they begin like scuttling forwards, the ones on the cart, you can see that these ridges begin to poke out the spine of the carapace, and they begin to vibrate, and you can see that the residual heat, like you can see the vibration of, you know, when it's hot on a summer's day, begins to increase between them. As these embers begin like flinging out from their backs. I need everyone but Lorea to make a dexterity save for me.
Um, 16.
14.
Okay. Anyone got the less than 15, you take 38 points of fire damage. And you are blinded. As this cloud
I need to roll for the hobgoblins. Please hold.
As this cloud of fiery ash sort of spurts outwards, anyone that took a success, you take no damage.
Cool. Hobgoblins saved.
Oh, wow.
They would have all otherwise been dead.
And as that heat begins to build and build, Ku, it's your turn.
Bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion if I can find one. There it is.
Oh, I need to check if it recharges. No.
And then I will shoot it again.
Very nice.
It's another 26.
26 does hit, yeah.
Uh, 22 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And 2 necrotic. I will use my reaction to use a curse again.
Cool.
And that will do it.
Cool. As you're like flinging sorry, as you're like hitting those, you can see that as it hits, it sort of glances off. You would guess that it is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, as these like carapace of this creature sort of deflects some of it.
That includes for magical damage.
No. I was just making you aware.
All of my attacks are I'm using a magical crossbow. It's my silvered hand crossbow.
Got it. That's fine. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. That's action, bonus action, reaction, and I'm not moving to take any attacks of opportunity.
Cool. Lorea, you are 10 feet away from this.
Yep.
These like creatures swarming on the cart. You can see your companions are fighting. What would you like to do?
How's the swarm on the cart looking, health-wise?
I mean, there's less numbers than there were before.
Super. I'll cast Hacks on him for my bonus action. I need to choose an ability check. Dex, I suppose. It's not really relevant. And I'll cast Ray of Sickness on them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck off! It misses. That's all I can do.
Okay. Geo,
That would have
as
been cool, but
you begin your turn inside the swarm, you take 5 points of fire damage. Now that it's done its weird, creepy spine thing. It is your turn.
I'm still blind, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So your attacks will be disadvantage.
Okay. I'm going to blindly swing then. My first one was a 15 to hit.
15 is a miss.
Okay. My second one is a 24.
Definitely hits. Absolutely.
Okay. And that is 13 plus 2, 15 total damage. Wait, no.
Wonderful.
I can roll an extra d6.
Very nice.
16 total damage. Didn't.
Nice. Extra one. Nice. Who's next? It's Bellini's go. So he's going to yeah, the coup, that's fine. It doesn't matter. He's going to, and the horses begin to move. And the goblins are going to attack. So I will roll for the goblins. Yeah. That's a hit. I'll consider that for all of them. 2d10. Where's my d10? Fuck me. Where did it go? That? 8 plus 1 is 9 times 4 is a number 36. Holy fuck. That's a lot. But 6. Who is next? Me! It's me time! Ooh, great question. I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna go for Geo. Gonna kill you again. Nope, that's a miss. 21 to hit?
That does hit. But I'm going to use my Cloud Rune to reflect it back.
Son of a bitch. So your Cloud Rune is...
Oh, wait, no, I can't, because it's one attacker, technically. Never
Yeah,
mind.
that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, are you sure? Are you sure on that? Okay, that's fine. Then you still take the damage. 8. 7 is 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
It's fine, you have 108 hit points.
I'm at 39.
Oh shit. Never mind then. Ku, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use bonus action to drink another potion because I'm still very hurt.
Oh, are you staying on the cart? Is my question.
I am
Oh.
doing whatever I can to not take attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so Bellini also took this. You are gonna take 11 points of fire damage as you're still inside this swarm of creatures.
All right, well I'm fucked. Let's see, that's... and then I'm just gonna shoot it again.
Cool.
Does a 13 hit?
13 is a miss, unfortunately.
Yep, that's my turn then.
Okay. Larea, as we begin this round, you notice that there does seem to be significantly less creatures that are like jumping on, so you are whittling them down for sure. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness again, this time first level instead of third. And let's see if I don't roll in that one. Oh my god, fuck off! That's my turn.
Well, you should use physical dice. I never trust D&D Beyond. Apparently, unless you're Kirk, because then he always rolls well. Okay.
Literally all I can do is roll in that one.
Geo, it is your turn. Bellini
Also
took
down.
11 points of swarm damage, and it should already be on there
Thank you.
if you refresh your character sheet.
I'm still blind, right?
Yes.
Am I in the swarm still?
Unless you move, yeah. So you take 8 points of fire damage.
I am going to drink a health potion.
Cool.
Okay. It's going to be a potion of greater healing. Do I get the full, or do I have to roll the 44?
If you're using an action, you get the full. If you use your bonus action, you roll for it.
Okay. I'm going to use
Stop
my
squeaking.
action. And then, as my bonus action, I am going to use Action Surge,
Wonderful.
so I can attack twice.
Love it.
I got a nat 20, but I still get disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Cool.
The 11 misses. Does a 21 hit?
21 definitely hits, yeah.
So that is 12 damage plus 6. So 18 damage.
18. Love it. Anything else?
Nope, that is everything.
Okay. Bellini, you take 8 points of fire damage, but it is your turn.
Who is the most hurt?
Cool.
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 I will third. Is Ku within touching distance of me?
Yeah, I would say so. You're
Cool.
all
I'm
on the
gonna
cart,
third-
so I'd say the cart's maybe 10 foot. Then you guys can just kind of like roam around.
I 3rd level cure wounds Ku. He heals 3d8 plus 3 plus an additional d8 because F is summoned.
Very nice.
So Ku is going to heal 8, 15, 18, 24, 27 points of damage. And
27,
then
amazing.
as a bonus action, I'm going to drink a potion.
Cool.
Of greater healing. And I have to roll that, which is 7, 9, 13, 17. And then my hobgoblins attack, if any of them are still up.
All of them are.
Great. 21
Is a hit.
Great. 20,
Hit.
18,
Hit.
and 20.
Hit.
So that's 4
So-
hits.
Yeah, 8d10 plus 4.
Hmm. For a total of 48 points of damage.
Holy mother of God. Describe to me how these hobgoblins dispatch the last of these ash crawlers that they're like swarming over the cart.
They literally just take their swords that get summoned with them and are just like fuck shit in goblin, because they don't speak common. Oh, they do speak common, but they speak goblin.
These ones don't. It's fine.
They speak enough to understand me, and they just shank the shit out of this one, like, bug that's here, and it just goes, fuck, shit, get him, boys! And they just gang up on this one ash
Ooh,
crawler,
yeah,
and then turn and are ready for the next one.
Amazing. You notice they've sort of jumped onto the side of the cart as it begins to roll forwards.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple more that begin to sort of scuttle towards and continue the attack, but there is this vibrating sort of rumble that echoes across this area, and you can hear it sort of reverberate. It's off in the distance, but sort of reverberate across all of the land, and you watch as these scuttling creatures all begin to sort of flinch and retreat and like dive back into the cracks in the ground and like scuttle down. If someone wants to, they can make a survival check if you want to try and figure out what it is.
You're muted.
I got a 26. Or
Good.
sorry, 24.
Cool. I saw 2 people rolled for it, but that's fine because it would have been 1 person rolls with advantage, or you can pick 2 people. So that is a pass. Yeah, it is the. It sounds very familiar to, like a deep serpentine, roar that you'd heard before. But this one sounds slightly different. So you guess maybe it's a wormling, maybe it's dragon adjacent, because it sounds like the black dragon that you've encountered previously.
Cool.
Very nice. Yes, it's like Loria's like, ooh, yeah, loving that. Feeling the flesh strip from that bone. And you guys are out of combat as they all scuttle away and down into the cracks in the earth.
Can I take a short rest nap on the wagon because I'm out of pack slots?
I mean, it does begin to sort of like trundle off you. I would say you can try to, but you're not sure if it's safe.
I'm
Only
such
because
a weak
you've just
warlock.
heard a dragon or a wormling.
Papa, I want more
I
spell
would-
slots.
I'm sorry. As for the lads of the group, there is a familiarity to, you hear that one and then you hear like a reply, but the original one that vibrates the ground, there is something very familiar about it, and I'm talking about a long time ago, in a cave.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like that Earth dragon
Yes.
that's under the city of Tassisrayla, that I don't think ever told anyone about.
There's a dragon
asleep.
under Tassisrayla.
Yeah, it's asleep.
Adjacent, yeah. It's asleep
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. We cheesed stealing a tablet from under.
Hey, I don't
its
consider it cheesing.
paw.
I call it a very successful skills. It was a successful mission using your skills. That was a bit cheesy.
And S ability to teleport.
Yeah.
Yep. F can apparently like teleport up to 9 people at once, so that's a thing.
What?
Or 8, 9.
Why,
Uh, It's willing creatures within 5 feet of it, so it's technically
oh
more,
yeah, so it's
but-
within. Yeah. Oh, that's annoying.
So like, because F
Note
can
to self,
fly,
kill
also
F.
float above it.
You said that for like a year and a half now.
I know. It's because I prefer trying to kill players, if I'm honest.
Oh, that's
Well-
so nice of you.
Yeah,
You're
so
welcome.
F can in theory teleport technically more than 9, but a 3x3 cube of people if we all make a human pyramid. It's how we're just gonna roll into a boss fight. We're just gonna teleport a small army in. I mean,
26.
we have these hobgoblins for another 59 and a half minutes, so
Okay.
If he teleports
I'd
a
say-
perfect cube around him, it's 26 things, creatures.
Oh yeah, because of up and down and.
yeah,
Down.
verticality.
Oh my god. But yeah, some people would have to jump 10 feet in the air, right?
No, you make a
15
human
feet.
pyramid.
Yeah, just
Put
put G,
stand on the shoulders.
and then he'll just like extended his arms out and
Well, annoyingly, Geo takes up 2 spaces. So it'd be 25, because he's so big. So, just eating into the economy. Unless you cast Reduce on him, and then it's fine. Cool. What would you guys like to do as you continue on a rough path? Do you know where the sun is? You know you're heading east, and that's roughly where you need to go anyway.
drinking another potion.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
I cast Cure Wounds on either Ku or Geo, whoever's more hurt.
I'm almost at full, so I don't need it.
Great.
I have
cast
half
another.
my-
Yeah, I cast another third level Cure Wounds on Geo. You heal. Boop, boop, boop. Where's my 8? Here it is.
I will attempt a short rest in the back of the wagon because I'm afraid I will need my pack slots. So I'm gonna try it.
You heal 14 points of damage.
Okay, Lorraine,
I
can you roll
rolled
me a
bad.
d6 and you want anything but a 1?
I'll do it physical.
I would suggest that would be a wise idea.
A 6.
Yeah, you are confident in your boys, and in the half hour following, you can take your short rest, or hour, or however long a short rest is. I don't remember.
The boys and the 4 hobgoblins.
And the 4, I would say, one of them, because it's still a small wagon, one of them like jumps in, and then the other 3 are just like running alongside the wagon. One of them's a little bit fatter, so he's like slightly further behind. It's just like, but yeah, yeah, I'd say an hour goes by, and Loretta, you're awoken by another sort of like less loud but like low rumbling roar that splits across the land. You watch as one of the trees nearby sort of cracks open, and there's a red sort of glowing pulse from the inside. And you can see the tree's still slightly alive, but this whole land seems to be affected by this like rising heat that has been sort of substantiated around all of you. If you want, one of you guys can pick either Arcana or History.
Do a history check again. 13?
If you want, you can roll with advantage if you're the only one rolling.
14.
14 is better than 10. Is that Arcana or History? Is it History?
History. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
I'd
better. I guess I could have done it either.
I'd say, despite Gio's innate stupidity, he has spent a little bit of time when he was first awoken, sort of reading, even though he.
My mom
says
taught
that
him
he
how to
can't
read.
fail. Yeah. Into a little bit of history, he's trying to figure out a little bit about himself. He's kind of given up on that now. But you know that during conflicts gone by, there was a couple where in this land dragons were involved, and this land has been essentially, some parts of their corpses can be found in the soil, and because they are beings of magic, it has corrupted the earth around it. All of their slowly decaying corpses is leaking their magic into the ground. You are aware that obviously dragons still exist, but this is the reason that the earth around you is so gross. Yeah.
I relay that information to everyone and try to keep a straight face as I say it.
My boys disappear. Unfortunately, it's been an hour. They got their workout in.
But yeah, so some parts of the ground have been fused and melted, and what would you guys like to do as you are continuing on your journey?
I'm gonna just sit there and stare out into the vast distance of nothingness.
Very nice.
Yep.
It is sort of like rolling countryside landscape. It's not really countryside. Rolling landscape, so you can't quite see where your destination is. Otherwise that would be like, oh look, it's right there. But yeah, you are continuing onwards. It is just barren everywhere you look. As you're looking around, you do start to see the silhouettes of quite large looking hills, or maybe like very small mountains that are again like this very dark brown black color. Bellini, can you make me another either animal handling or survival check for me?
Yeah. I'm going to do survival. That's 19.
Ooh, very nice. You begin to sort of, now that you can remember that where the sun is and roughly where you're meant to be going, you begin to sort of move the wagon back onto some semblance of a road. Yeah, it's sort of like that. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah. But like more creepy. Like think like if Larea if Emerald were to visit somewhere that was like this, she would visit where you guys are right now. Because she's a creepy lady.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Very nice. Okay, is there anything you guys would like to prepare or do as you are continuing in the right direction now?
Didn't have anything.
No, I'm just praying to Daddy. I have nothing to prepare.
Okay.
No, I burned some spell slots, and I'm saving my 1/3 level spell slot in case somebody dies.
Cool. As
Yeah, I can't short rest while driving, so.
I can take over driving if you want a short rest.
I want to try heal up a hit dice or two. Now that we're back on the road, yeah.
I take over the reins from Bellini.
Yeah. I hop in the back.
Okay. Lorea, how are you praying?
So I have the necklace that I found a shear in. And whenever I pray, I touch that. It's I've been doing it a lot, like making it part of my daily ritual and just being like thankful. It's increased in times in regularity, I suppose, since I was saved from death by him. How I'm praying is just it's mostly in my mind, but I'll mutter a part of it like out loud, where I'm just like, thank you for your blessings, thank you for watching over us. Please watch over us in the upcoming road ahead. My service is to you and forever and always, until death and beyond. Shit like that.
Okay.
I'm like fully zealot praying.
Very nice. As the cart continues to move and you can hear the horses hooves striking against the stone, your perception begins to muffle and sort of stretch like you're underwater, and the rhythm of the wagon changes to become a lot softer. And as you're like, you look up, the harsh amber of the sun becomes like this silvery blue as the edges of your vision sort of fade in, and the smell of sulfur is replaced with this like blooming jasmine. And you look around and you're sitting in a patch of grass under the night sky.
I look around to see if I can spot a shear, because I'm sure I immediately recognize this as his domain.
Yeah. You can see a crescent. That sun becomes like a crescent moon that hangs quite low. The stars begin to shift. The trees are like this silvery white with like dark violet leaves. And yeah, like sitting atop like a low stone arch with like roots grown around it. He's got one leg crossed over the other. As you can see, there's furry fawn hooves. He has longer hair than you remember, and it is sort of falling braided with these night flowers. You can see that whereas before his eyes were the same colors, one of them is now gold and the other one's violet, and he's wearing a circlet on his head, like a small crown, and those curling ram horns.
Here. I'm so happy to see you. And I'll do a little curtsy, actually.
You see, he does roll his eyes like, ugh. You don't need to do that.
I stand up straight again.
What is it that you require of me?
Nothing in particular. I was just praying to you. I didn't mean to actually, like, summon you. I'm sorry if I disturbed you.
Not at all.
I didn't think that would happen.
No, I just had some time. I thought I'd check in.
Of course.
There's been a stirring of late.
What do you mean?
How is your friend?
I'm assuming you're talking about Bellini.
No, I'm talking about Gio.
Oh.
Bellini is a matter for another time, and you can see there's like a small smirk curling in his mouth.
Well, Gio is fine now, I suppose. I'm sure you are aware that he almost perished. Or did, actually, for a little bit.
Yes, it caused a little bit of an argument, shall we say.
Might I ask with whom that argument was?
Well, apparently the Lady of Reverie doesn't take too kindly to his soul being claimed, but there's not much she can do about it.
But why would that argument involve you?
You see, he like pauses for a moment. I think the common phrase is, I enjoy stirring the pot.
I see.
You can get a lot done when someone's eyes are focused elsewhere. And as he says that, you notice that every time you've seen the Twilight Sanctuary, what you know of his domain, there has been some sort of like limitation to your view of it. Like it always fades, or like the night above, like the stars do have an end to it. But and now that you're standing where you are, it like the landscape of this forest is continuing onwards.
Your garden's growing.
Yes, thanks to you and him.
I'll smile a little bit and then pause. Thanks to Gio?
Like I said, it's a good distraction. There are many gardens in the dreaming of which a good potentiality can be achieved.
Would Larea piece together that it is like the Lord of Torment? Because I don't think Gio mentioned it. I know as a player, of course, but would Larea be able to piece together that there is still part of the Lord of Torment vying for his soul?
Ooh.
Because she's not stupid.
Roll me an insight check, and this will just be like to see if you do connect which of the gods. Because you...
19.
Yeah, so it'd be too... I would say Lorea's too intelligent not to think of it as a coincidence that the followers of the Lord of Torment, like these vampires, did something to Gio, and then he had that hammer, and he can do so much more. Like the other person on that conflict had to have been the Lord of Torment.
Yeah. Am I to discern that, despite the distraction and thus enabling you to expand, the Lord of Torment is still very much active and trying to expand his own power?
Unfortunately so. The King of Lost Souls is always vying for some form of power.
Does it happen to have something to do with that lovely little blonde woman that we saw?
She is so clever. You see, he does like sort of move his head down. I wouldn't say she is a complete believer in him, but she is doing some portion of his work. I believe under the assumption that it is her idea.
I see.
There is an influence over Sapsithal that is not their own.
And is something else than the Lord of Torment?
No, I believe it's his followers.
Okay. Well, we're traveling to wormhole or something, and we kind of have to decide whether to go up north or to that old pyramid place. And we're not quite sure yet. We've not reached the Worm City, but any guidance you can give us would be very much helpful in that regard.
As in whether or not you should take it up north.
Yes, so I'll explain again. Like, our mission is to bring it to the directorate, and Lorraine's just like, I don't. It doesn't feel good.
There are those in the Bastion that still follow the original mandate of the Directorate. I would think that should you be able to suss out the ones who are not, then the lens should be safe there.
Okay.
I would
Thank you.
have caution with the city you are traveling to, though. It is more a remnant of a city.
Clear. You also said earlier, way back, that I would learn about my family in that city. What do you mean by that? Is there anything you can tell me just right here? I mean, you know so much about me. $23.
That is high. I cannot hold your hand on that journey. But yes, you would find out your origin at that city.
Do I want to know my origin?
I think that's down to you.
What if I lose my motivation to hate my family by finding out about them?
Then you are simply on a different path. As long as that path aligns with mine, I have no complaints.
Okay. Thank you, and sorry to disturb you again. Should I be more mindful when praying? Last I would do is distract you.
I am the one that does the distracting.
Okay. Noted.
How?
I'll work on Bellini. It's just we've been killed a couple times almost. I'm busy.
Yes, well,
There's some bumps in the road.
my request does not have a time limit as long as it is completed.
Of course.
Does he know the extent of this deal?
No. I know for a fact that he distrusts you, and I need to show him that you are trustworthy, and I fear that if I rush that, I will sow more distrust than I will help our cause. So I'm taking this slow.
Perhaps then a token of my good faith. And you see he opens his hands, and in a shimmering, like beautifully cherry blossom petals, you see an image of a symbol. It looks like a... I'm trying to think of the best, because I can see it in my head, but it looks like a stone surrounded with roots in it. It's like a cage with a stone in the middle. Tell him, should he wish, that to find out the recent information he received, he should visit the library in Aetherholm and look for that symbol.
Okay. I would.
Always a pleasure, dear. And you see he sort of like, as you go to answer, just waves his hand and it begins to sort of recede out of your vision, and you blink and it's just because he has to have that last word. And then like the vision comes back of this barren land around you. I'd say for the rest of you guys, as she's praying, you watch her eyes go completely black and she is motionless for at least 10 minutes.
I'm not concerned. She's still breathing.
She's
doing Loraya things.
She's creepy, man.
The worst thing
Creepy
is,
lady.
I'm not even breathing.
She's like, she's got a pulse. She's good. We're gonna let her rock.
That's so in character. That's so on point.
We just kind of like look for a second. I'm like, do I need to heal her? Is she dead? No.
I think she's
Cool.
good.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried if I wasn't in that state, honestly.
Yeah. We're like, yeah. She seems fine.
That persuasion roll, though. Whew.
I rolled a 19 and I have a +4, which isn't extremely high or anything, but yeah, pretty good. But I put my proficiency in deception and intimidation, so those are better.
Well, it's like I sometimes roll for NPCs to see how much they know, and the past ones that I've been rolling was obviously a nat 20 on the tree. He rolled a 19, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do they, like, yeah, fair enough. If you can persuade them, you can learn it. Why not? Yeah, and you guys continue onwards. As the wagon continues, it sort of like brings itself up to the crest of a hill. You begin to see some form of civilization. You can see a couple of huts in the distance that seem to be made out of this barren black petrified wood. You can see off and to maybe the right slightly, there is a series of palisades around what appears to be a massive encampment, and you can see in the middle a very large domed building with sort of rolling tusked spiked accoutrements on the top that sort of makes the central point of this encampment. If someone would like to roll a history check or survival, I don't mind. So either two of you can roll or one of you can roll with advantage.
I have a decent survival. I think yours might be better. I have a +6.
I only have a +5.
Oh, okay. I can roll
Or me.
survival. Yeah. Cool. Sounds great. That's a 12 and a nat 20. So 26. Nat 20.
Cool. Yeah, as you see this sort of thing it's still in the distance, you become very aware of what that kind of culture breeds that architecture. You know that this is a Vuxian warband. which are a collection of orcs and Goliaths that are very warrior orientated in their culture. It's very much sort of, and I'd see, even though it's in the distance, with that realization you begin to notice like there are skulls of like creatures and some humanoids mounted on stakes. Just before you get there are like platforms behind the palisades that you can see tall figures sort of moving about on. The banners like flying in the wind are like these deep crimson and charcoal black, and you can hear maybe the odd sort of like war drum in the distance.
I fill the crew in, and I'm like, be ready. They might try to fight us. Is this
they're
for
gonna
sure?
try. I'm gonna try and fight them. You just said that they're warriors.
Yes, but is this for sure the Wormspan town?
It's
No,
not a
separate.
town. It's not a city, as far as you can tell.
Gotcha.
If
It's like a
Lorrea wants to
roving.
make an input of what Ashia said, but this is definitely more of a the way it's built up, and you
Traveling
can see like there's
worker.
tents before it and tents inside it. It looks like it can be sort of like lifted up and moved, with whatever sort of wagons and things that they have. So it is more like a rolling war band essentially. It's less so much a set place.
Gotcha.
I'd say with your high of a roll, you know that they're not inherently hostile. It's contrary to civilized belief. They're just very orientated around being warriors and that sort of fighting culture. They have a lot of hierarchy. They have a lot of their own version of honor. So not less so much like knights honor, more like warriors. So you're not. You reckon maybe they might respect you and let you in if you are suitable enough in their estimation.
How many are there?
People, or I wouldn't
Yeah,
say.
like
you
how
can
many?
tell.
How many people can we? Like how many can we see?
I'd say you can see maybe 10 or 11 tents outside these palisades, and then inside maybe you can see 3 or 4 buildings. So in total, maybe there's 100 of these people.
Well, if they're warriors, we might be able to convince them with Geo's skill that we are worthy, and otherwise I'll try and throw in my banging tits again. They've been successful so far.
Is there
The
a way
power
around?
boots.
Is there a way around the camp, or
Yeah, absolutely.
is the only way through?
You could just veer, if it's on the right, you could just veer off left and avoid it if you wanted to.
That
I'm not
works for
gonna
me
make
as well. I
decisions.
don't need to throw my banging tits in if I don't have to.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, Gio's the one controlling the reins as you alter. You can see you take easily a wide berth of where this encampment is, and as you do, you now, as the cart sort of rises up, you have a little bit of a vantage point over the encampment, and inside you can see a half consumed isn't the right word, half stripped corpse of this great creature. You can see like skeletons and like the skull of this horned wormling that they have killed, and you can see there are people moving about it and like stripping pieces off it, like the bones and the ribcage are being lifted and put onto wagons. You can see that pulling these wagons are these massive rhinoceros looking creatures that are just sort of plodding along. They have 6 legs, easily able to pull these massive weighted bones off of this creature. But you continue onwards, giving it a wide berth, very much aware that they exist in this land. Awesome. Cool. About another hour or two later, the road dips into this shallow basin, and you can see from that, again, from a very similar vantage point, you can see like the half-melted ruined skeleton of what used to be some sort of citadel. It, it appears like a stone keep in a circle with a long sort of tall tower in the middle. Half of it is melted like a candle downwards. You can see like a cathedral spire is half collapsed, but in amongst it you can see some of the more still constructed buildings of stone. You can see small smoke is rising from some of the chimneys, and there's a watchfire in the middle of this grand sort of bonfire that is alight. You would guess maybe 1,000 people as you look down living amongst this. They're almost like ants that you can see wandering around. What would you like to do as you begin to approach this city?
We go to the city, or we do avoid it?
I think this is Worm
Worm
right?
Shadow, yeah.
Worm Shadow. I think we have to. I think if we want to not camp out in the middle of the desert for the night and resupply, I think this is a come spend a night. Definitely don't leave the cart unattended, or the lens unattended at least, and decide where we go next. I don't know what information we can get from here, but if all of our warnings are this place is dangerous, it's a stop and go situation. I look at the rest of the group. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
guys
we
begin
slowly head in.
Yeah, you guys begin to sort of descend downwards, and you reach the first, to call it a wall would be nice. It used to be a wall. It's like half melted slag in some portions. There is a form of gatehouse, but there are no doors as you just enter across this bridge of stone that looks like some parts have been replaced to meet the city. And as you look down, there is just a cavernous depth of maybe 500 feet down to a load of stalactites pointing upwards, wherever those ones, stalagmites, I can't remember. And you notice that this whole city sort of has like its own moat of death around it. You can see as you begin to enter into the city, rather than horses, some of the people are riding on like these massive ox-like creatures with large curling horns. Even the horns themselves seem to have like these embers glowing in between them. They seem to be more like the tamed beasts versus the ash crawlers that you guys had met. And yeah, you begin to enter in. You can see some people sort of like look up and are judging the portion of your party that they can see. But you do notice a lot of different sort of like wagons and caravans of different colors and motifs and banners. So you guess that this is a stopping off point that people sort of resupply and get what they need before they disperse themselves elsewhere. As you enter in, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a tavern or something in particular?
Probably an inn and then a shop.
Yeah, inns, shops, potions. I'm looking for a gem store.
Okay. Can Gio, can you make me a investigation check? And then Bellini can make me a perception check.
12.
That's a 17 on my perception check.
Okay. With a 12, you do spot a couple of storefront-looking places. You would guess one of them is probably, as you will always find, a general store. But you do notice something else that has, rather than a sign, it's just a piece of black marble with a gold vein running through it. That's called the Black Vein. That looks sort of maybe like a gem and mineral house. There is you can see as you sort of passing by, it doesn't have a roof, so you can see the occupant standing behind the counter is like this dwarf who's hunched over, and they seem to be doing something to a series of very large gems. You also notice like a smaller, sort of quite tall looking building. Part of it's half melted, but it looks to be maybe like a curiosity shop thing. It's got like weird little pendants hanging on the outside and like a dream catcher. Bellini, you spot a small, maybe an old watchtower that has a dragon skull on the outside of the door, and they've placed a glowing gem in the middle of one of its sockets that looks like a lantern, and it's called the Lonely Dragon, and it looks to be an inn, you would guess, with rooms above it.
I point that out and I go, that might be where we stay for the night. I think between Geo, like, we just gotta make sure the lens is not taken.
Yeah, I'll just stay with the lens. That's fine.
Yep. We can also take it off the wagon and bring it into the room.
If it will fit in our room.
That's true.
I can keep Mora with Geo as an alarm should things go tits up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think before it gets too late, we should resupply, or book rooms.
Yeah, you guys have enough supplies. You don't need to resupply.
Great.
Cood's taking care of that.
Cool. I meant like potions and
oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where would we visit first? Since Gio's gonna stay with the wagon, you three you can go wherever you want.
I'm gonna
Go
be
ahead.
on the lookout for like any Hall of Records or bookstores or anything like that where I can just find some easy information.
Yeah, make me an investigation check as you begin to sort of try and figure out using again parts of your background, the sort of layout of how this place is.
13.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's good enough. You don't find any record hoards, but you do spot like sort of, it's still a very small city, basically a town. Tucked in maybe the western area is like a very simple looking bookstore, and as you enter there's like a little jingly bell, and you can see that there is a dragonborn, a silver dragonborn behind a desk with thin like half moon glasses, and they are scribing something as you walk in.
I'll at first just try to get a lay of the land, see, what sort of books they have, take a cursory glance around.
Okay. Yeah, roll me another investigation as you're looking around.
Dirty 20.
Jesus. Yeah, I would say whatever you are specifically looking for, you will find some version of it. So what is his ideal thing that he's looking for?
Like recent history of the region, current events, trying to get information on the crater city and the other option we have to go to
The
see if
tailgate.
there's a difference with the path we'd have to take if one is more dangerous to approach.
Okay. Let me find my notes because you rolled high. Da-da-da. You find
And now follow.
Yeah, you find a book that details the recent history of Sabzathor and a lot of its regions. It's got approximately 30 years ago there was a consolidation of Sabzathor into, rather than fractured guild cities, it became one magisterial council. So it's run, basically, the region's run by a council. It details that upon this, a great deal of investment into arcane-infused technology, or magitech, was formalized, and they began building what's known as Zephyrs, which are, early on, were blimp-like floating ships. That's when the Magister system became institutionalized, and any unauthorized casters were either imprisoned or recruited into the Magister's Guild. About 20 years ago, they began deploying what's known as field suppression devices, which were controlled conduits that could force someone not to be able to cast magic. And these took various forms between originally entire suits that have now been consolidated into jackets, and then the latest establishment has been collars. And that became, with the rise of the newly, within the last 10 years, newly elected head of technology for Sabzathor. And her name is Emerald?
Mirabelle, and
What last name is she going by?
I don't remember what I gave her as a last name, and you have her character sheet.
She also doesn't have a last name on that. But what she might have changed it, so what do you want her last name to be?
It's a bitch. Nah, I'm joking.
Phelan. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Literally I couldn't think of anything, so it's the last name of my other character in my other campaign. Like, I literally had no idea what to say.
Yeah, there's someone called a High Archmagister Mirabelle Valen. And there is a detail about what she looks like, and it looks like the woman that you'd seen.
Yeah, I'll collect the whatever books I've found that detail some of that and purchase them.
Cool. With those, you also get details about the capital city. Just a little bit about the layout, so that might help you guys when you get there. There is some... what else? Yeah, you also get details about the citadel of Aetherholm, which appears to be a grand Magister-led library.
Aetherholm was the city you told.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Which Billy doesn't know yet.
I don't know yet.
No.
Yeah. I'm just adding the note so we don't forget.
Yes.
What else? Oh, the details about the capital being that it was formed. The reason they chose to put the capital there is the word Astrafel Numis is the weighted accord of a bound star, and it's built upon a falling star. It's the crater where a falling star hit, and that's where they built their pyramid.
Got it.
Sorry.
And that is where Astral Loomis is, or
Yeah, so Astrafel Numis is named that because a falling star hit it, and that's where they built it.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got the cities mixed up.
What was the question regarding danger in terms of the path you were taking, Ku?
Like, is there the two options we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference in, like, one is rumored to definitely be guarded by an ancient dragon or something like that? Just stuff we need to be careful of as we make our decision.
I get you. The dangers that you hear about is that to the north there is a lot less control over the land. So that's where you see a lot more of these rolling warbands also exist. There are places you can find safety in. There's one that's the Eclipse Oasis, where there is water and food and shade. And then there's the Aurora's Embrace, which is a mage's tower. A great deal of it details that the land of Sabzathul still has magic infused into the earth itself. So it can vary depending on where you are, completely from where you are right now, which is very like barren and acrid, to wild jungles and forests, and it's known to change depending on the season and also what's quoted as the mood of the land, and you're not quite sure what the fuck that means. The Arid Highway apparently is more guarded because it leads to the capital, so that would be safer if you were to go that way. And it said that most travelers should not go south as a rule, because the Searing Expanse is known to be deadly. But I don't understand why you guys would go that way, personally.
Got it. That's really all I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bellini, where are you off to?
Yes.
As Kuzov buying books. Oh, and the books will cost 10 gold. There you go.
I'm headed towards a potion shop.
Potion shop. Ooh, how exciting.
Gio wants 3 potions of at least greater healing or better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would also like some potions of healing.
Okay, make me
And I would also like to
investigation.
browse their wares.
Yeah, make me an
See what-
investigation check.
What they got? A investigation. God damn it, that's +0. So an 11.
Okay.
I got above a
Do you
10.
have any luck points?
I do. I have 3.
You can
So
use a
I'll
luck
roll
point if you
again.
want.
Yeah, I'll roll again. Okay, that's a nat 20.
Well, I was hoping for high, not that. But I guess fuck me.
I want to peruse
Um,
their wares. I have 700 gold.
You find the old remnants of a temple. It's like this domed, very old style domed building.
Mhm.
And you can see part of it has also, like, rather than the building has sagged, it's the stone around it, so it's actually like lopsided almost. But yeah, you spot a sign with like a glass vial with a little bit of wisps coming out of it. You see an orcish woman in her late 40s behind the desk. I would say you can get any potions up to rare with that high of a roll.
Cool. Please pan to somebody else while I look through the potion list.
No problem. And she
But I
does
do
have
get
some.
Gio his 3 potions of greater healing.
She does have some wares of her own.
Cool.
But we can get to that when we go to
Yeah.
Larea.
Okay, so I wasn't planning on doing anything, but I'm stretching time here. So what Lorrea is going to do, she's going to visit some sort of social hub, which would probably be a tavern, but maybe there's a temple or something where people gather. And I'm going to try and gather some intel, I suppose, like current politics. I don't know. Like I said, I'm buying time for Bloom.
I can also do this offline if we want to move this story along.
Well, I can still gather some info for us. If we
I
need
also
to.
D&D Beyond is not loading the potion list, so I do also want to go to church.
I also want to go to church. Let me have a look.
Yeah, it's just not being responsive, so I will have to look later.
We can add that later, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes.
Yeah, Larea, make me a. Are you trying to just sort of overhear people's conversations, or are you actually going to talk to them?
I'm actually going to talk to them. Like, I'm going to use my charisma.
Okay, make me a persuasion check.
12.
Yeah, you hear a lot. You hear from some merchants them complaining that Cyrusia have raised their tariffs. And then another one responds, that's because we're at war with them. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. They seem to be very positive on the opinion that they will win. And you even overhear details that the southern armies have already begun to cross past place called Name.
I know that town.
Past the Spirewood. So with that detail, you know that they are very close to Cyrusia. You overhear that a good portion of some of their battalions were lost due to some guerrilla warfare that Tazazrela has now launched upon them. And it was spearheaded by what seems to be druids of the Spirewood. So you would guess that maybe Cyrusia has their alliance as well now.
Okay.
They do detail that of the conflicts, Sabsathul are winning, and that is a good portion to do with their technology.
I would also, I just realized, like to send the letters I wrote earlier.
Yes, you find a Sabsathulian portion of the Sylvastrian Postal Service. Absolutely.
Okay.
So as you enter, you can see that there is a very frustrated-looking old man surrounded by monkeys who are sort of half hanging from the ceiling and putting postal notes in different boxes. You can see that there is a series of goats outside that are waiting to have letters given to them. Yes, you find a postal service.
Okay. I'll send my letter to Siler and to our own Bastion, addressed to Bones.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Very nice. That's only 1 gold for each letter.
Damn, postal service is expensive.
Yeah.
Hey man, they deliver.
That's
even
also
through
true.
war.
Yeah. Skirm is far.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's also.
Bookstop, blah blah blah. Gio, what are you doing whilst they are shopping?
I found a trough for the horses or mules so that they can get some water because it is hot. And then I just tied a rope around the box and around my waist in case I fall asleep. And I'm just sitting there watching people
adorable.
drive past and go around.
Okay, can you make me a perception check?
Can Morrow help him?
No, because he can't communicate with Morrow. So I don't know how they
That's
would...
fine. I got a nat 20 plus 5.
Okay,
Hell
fuck
yeah.
me, then. You notice, like I said, a good deal of merchants. You do clock every now and then you see in pairs these quite well like the way I'm thinking about it is like properly military style jackets that are done up and then end very low, and they are white with gold accoutrements, and like you can see different medals across their chest, and they're all wearing some form of collar, as there are magisters walking around the town. You notice that a good portion of the people interact with them well. They seem to smile and nod, and there's definitely a lot of respect for them. You also notice the guards of Worm Shadow, which are wearing like this. I'm trying to find a good way of describing it. It looks like stone armor rather than wearing metal, because they know it would increase with the heat. It looks like to be very flexible looking stone almost. It's like this grey and red coloured material. They all wear helms, so you can't quite tell, but a lot of them are differing races. And I would even say that as they're moving around, you can see that there's a lot more Dragonborn present in this place than you would usually be used to. A lot of the tradespeople seem to be Dragonborn, and you can see a lot of sort of like... Not a lot of people are joking or like laughing together. It just seems to be very respectful interactions and like nodding and talking and things like that. And I'd say with a nat 20, you do notice every now and then there's like in the alleyways there is one or two odd dark cloaked figures that sort of keep an eye on different people. And you notice at one point one of them bumps into a magister, apologizes profusely and sort of bows, but as they move you can see that they have something in their hand that they've taken from them. So there's definitely some form of criminal element that don't like the magisters.
I just take that all in, and I'm just sitting there playing with a rock.
Very nice.
I can't use magic, so I can't play with prestidigitation right now.
Balls.
My other question, is there a magic item shop in this town? Specifically, I'm looking for a cloak of protection, or ring of protection,
make
or
me an
bracers of
investigation
protection.
Make me an investigation check.
19?
Ooh. You do find so the curiosity shop, you find it looks like some of these items might be magical in some way.
Cool. I roll on in and I go, hello, nice to meet you.
Okay. This one is a very copper looking dragonborn. He's got like long robes on him. You can see one of his eyes is completely scarred and gone, but he seems to be a little bit crazy looking, like with his one eye as you enter.
What's up, fellow reptilian bro? And I'd go to high five him.
There's like a little hesitation, but he does sort of like high five you.
Yeah. Hi, yes. I'm here to peruse your items. Do you have a catalog, or should I just walk around?
I don't honestly could not tell you what I have here. I do have some interesting items, but aside
Ooh.
from that, you might just have to look around.
I do love an interesting item. And then I go and I like wink at him. And I roll persuasion to be like, if you have some exclusive wares, I'd love to see those. 18 plus 4, 22. Persuasion.
Yeah, he has some. Let me find where I wrote it. He shows you a couple of pieces of armor that are on stands. You can see one of them is ring mail, and the other one's sort of like a scale mail. The sorry, I keep coughing. He tells you that one of them is an armor of cold resistance, and the other one is a armor of poison resistance. He also points the way to where is it? I've completely lost my notes on this shop.
You're good. I can't wear armor, so unless I can wear this cool stone armor.
I don't know. Can you wear armor?
I can wear light and medium armor, but it's got to be. But I also like. I don't know if I can wear metal armor. I don't know if that's still a thing with druids off the top of my head. Or if I'm getting Pathfinder rules mixed up.
That's just flavor at this point.
Oh, okay, cool. I gotta look. I think if I wear armor, I lose my spell base my natural armor.
You do, yeah. You only get armor.
Yeah, from one source, right? Yeah. No, I'm really just looking for like cloaks or rings or any other like gear item slot of protection.
Okay, he points with that high of a roll. He points to a series of braces that he says he's not sure what they do, as well as what looks to be a large belt that is hanging on like off of a teapot, and he's like, I've had this for years and I have no idea what this does.
For these two items, you don't know what they do.
And a cloak
deal?
as well.
Oh. Can we make a deal? This cloak, and these two mystery items. If you don't know what they do, they could be cursed. They could be nothing.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Okay, that's a 1. I'm burning a luck point.
Okay.
Persuasion. That's an 18 plus 4, 22. I still have 1 more luck point. I could try to crit.
Yes, he tells you that he could give you a discount. Potentially.
Yeah, I mean, listen. How much do you want for the cloak?
Well, I shall roll. Maybe 3,500.
Sorry.
Per pieces?
Copper, right? Yeah, copper. 3,500 copper.
No, gold, of course.
I think you might be pricing yourself out, my man. I don't know many travelers, and I've traveled far and wide, that could afford that.
It's a very good cloak.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But that is too pricey for my turtle blood. So I'm gonna have to pass, unless you can offer me something better. I was thinking like 500 gold.
Ah, for 500 gold. Well. And you see he begins to like actually moves behind the desk and begins to like root round some things. He comes out with some boots that look slightly maybe elven in some way. Of elven design. They are not boots of Elven. As well as I'm gonna roll for this to see if he does have it. Yeah. Where is it? He pulls out this this series of robes essentially, and as he holds it up to you, you watch as part of the material parts and a eye opens and just looks directly at you, and then like another one opens like somewhere else.
What do you call this, my good man?
It's a robe of eyes.
What does it do?
I'm not sure. I was just look. I get a lot of cool items that pass my way. I just collect things that I like.
How much for the boots and robe of eyes?
Well, the boots would be.
And what do they do?
Boots would be 600 gold.
I
But
believe
for
I'm
a
gonna.
discount, I could do 500.
And what do they do?
I do believe someone once told me that they make you run fast. If that's something
I'm gonna
you were
roll.
looking for.
I'm gonna roll insight to see if I believe him.
Sure,
If he's telling me the truth.
go for it.
18.
He does not know what the cloak does. He just knows what it is. But the boots, yeah, he's telling the truth. That they are boots of speed. They will make you go fast.
Now I have to remember what boots of speed do. In 5e. Oh yeah, if you click them together, they double your movement speed, right? Yeah. If you do the boots.
I just
and you
love that I
control
always
my-
roll for what items are here, and it's never been anything that has protection.
No, it doesn't.
The cloak is a cloak of displacement, and it's a rare, wondrous item, so it costs a lot.
How much is the cloak of eyes, my man?
The robe of eyes is 500 gold. Well, he said 600, but he could give you a discount.
And it's a cloak of displacement, or the
cloak of
other cloak?
displacement. Yeah, so the cloak of displacement he said was 3,400, but the robe of eyes is
Gotcha.
also equally rare, but he doesn't know what it does, so that's why he'll just give it to you for a lot less.
I mean, sure. You know what? I do love an odd fashion statement. Listen, I don't know who else besides me would probably buy this robe with eyes that are open and blink and whatnot. So here's 400 gold, and I will take this kind of creepy looking robe off your hands.
450.
425. And I'll do a magic trick for you. Or a cool trick. Not magic, but a cool trick.
425, and you have to take this. And he brings out a small box and gives it to you. It's like a.
What is it?
It's like a wooden box gilded with like these long curling elvish runes all over it.
And what's in the box?
I have no idea. I just need to get it gone.
400, and I'll take the box with me. If you need
Deal.
it to get
And
it gone.
he just gives you it.
Cool. Robe of Eyes. What the fuck does this do?
So a robe of eyes, it's quite cool actually. I've just literally closed it. Why did I do that? It lets you see in all directions, and you have advantage on initiative.
Perception.
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 Sorry. You have dark vision out to a range of 120 feet, and you can see invisible creatures and objects.
Oh, cool. Sorry, the eyes on the robe can't be closed or averted. Although you can close or avert your own eyes, you are never considered to be doing so while wearing this robe. A light spell cast on the robe or a daylight spell cast within 5 feet of the robe causes you to be blinded for 1 minute. Then at your turn, you can make a con save to end the blind. This is a dumb item, and I love it.
You have true sight as well.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh, from the... Yes.
Yeah.
That's the invisible, right?
Yeah.
Part of it? Yeah. This is a silly item, and I love it. Cool. Okay, other question.
Yes.
You had mentioned that, like, while my Staff of the Woodlands is a attuned item, but like it's one of those items that don't take an attunement slot. Is that true or no? Or does it still take an attunement slot?
It still
okay, it'll still take it.
Slot. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I will have to pick what I unattune then. That's fine.
That's what happens when you start collecting magic items.
Here's the good news, though. I can still wear a cloak while wearing this robe.
That's true.
Oh, cool. Okay. And then I look at the box, and I go, do you have a bathroom by chance?
I have an outhouse.
Great. Does it have a door?
Yes.
Great. Can I use your outhouse?
Sure.
Cool. I go into the outhouse and I cast Detect Magic on the box.
Are you casting ritually or normally?
Normally. I'll burn the spell slot. Because it takes less time. It's also a first level spell.
Okay. As you cast that over it, can you make an Arcana check?
Yeah. Am I allowed to use my Wisdom modifier? Because that's my spellcasting modifier.
Sure.
Cool. That's a 18 total.
Okay. So what that is you can feel the box resisting your magic as you're casting over it. So detect magic means that you know the you learn at school, if any. Okay. Oh, I've got to remember the schools of magic now.
Abjuration, conjuration,
Yeah, but I need to remember
evocation.
what the specifics are. This would be abjuration,
Okay.
enchantment, and that's it.
And that's the box itself, not what's in the box.
That's the box itself, yeah.
Gotcha. It's abjuration and evocation.
Abjuration
Gotcha.
and enchantment.
Oh, and enchantment.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Cool. I put it in my bag. I like tuck it away. And I go, I will have Lorea identify this later.
Very nice.
Because I don't know what's in it and I don't want to blow up.
Okay. As per usual, if you guys need to buy anything in this city, you will have up to uncommon available of the usual cost. So like Greater Healing Potion is 150,
Yeah.
Normal Healing Potion is 50, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Any
I
other
definitely grab
shopping as you guys are roaming around?
No.
Nope.
Okay. You
I'm gonna
all reconvene outside the Lonely Dragon Inn. What would you go in? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you sorry, let me find it. Yeah, you open the door and although it's warm outside already, it's warmer in here. So you can see a massive central hearth. Massive central looking built-in pit of fire that is roaring upwards. And obviously it channels up through the middle of this tower that has like a chimney built into it. You can see that pieces of remnants of bones are mounted all along the beams of some of the walls. And behind the bar, which is a very thick slab of black oak, is like a black dragonborn, who is same as most tavernos, cleaning a glass or some shit. It seems to be quite occupied. All of the tables seem to be sort of like half lopsided pieces of rubble that have now been repurposed, and you can put your glass on it and it sort of stays where it is. As you guys enter, what would you like to do?
Get drunk.
Get drunk.
Are there other like patrons here, or is it just us?
Yeah, no, there are quite a lot of there's a couple of merchants. You can see maybe one or two of these stone-clad guards. You don't see any magisters, and then just maybe some normal civilians sitting around. I would say you see two quite large, pale-looking men. When I say quite large, they're about Geo's size, and they have like shorn side of their head and like a long braid down the back. And like these dark purple tattoos covering most of their bodies. You would guess that these two are maybe some of the Voxian Goliaths. And they just seem to be having a good time. You can see like a slew of either full or empty drinks around their table. And they just seem to be knocking back what appears to be like this stout ale, like this like very dark porter.
Yeah, I'll post up by the guards and just try to eavesdrop.
Cool. Anyone else?
I buy a barrel of ale for Geo and bring it out to him using Geo's money.
They have 25 silver, so good luck with that.
God damn
after
it,
the
Geo.
potions.
A barrel of ale here would be about 20 gold.
Oh, that's way less than I thought it was going to be. What about do they have like a mini keg?
Yeah, for 10.
Like a half keg? Yeah, great. Yeah, I buy Geo a half keg,
Very nice.
and bring it out to him. And I like bring him some food and whatnot, and I sit with Geo, for a little bit before going back in.
Cool. Rooms would be 5 silver per room, so that's however many rooms you want. And then
Gio, are we cuddling? Oh no, you're sleeping outside.
Yeah, I'm sleeping with the box.
That's fine.
there seems to be what's known as ashen horn ribs, which might be the ox creatures that you saw earlier. There's roasted ribs of whatever those creatures are. There's like thick loaves of bread, and then like a stew with roots and onions. And we will leave you guys here, sinking back some pints and eating whatever you want to eat. And we'll find out what you guys get up to next on next session of the Exillian Expanse. But until then, this has been my Wyrdcast, and say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady.